All right. I just want to start by saying a big thank you and all praises to God, because if I didn't have Him in this season of my life, I would probably not understand a lot of things that are going on in my life. Um, I was actually prompted to make this video like a while back, and I've tried a couple of times to make it, but I'm like, I don't really like to do like the whole like serious videos. But then at the same time, I also understand that this journey is not just going to be all sunshine and rainbows. You're going to have to suffer. You're going to have to deal with obedience. And then you're going to have to deal with the consequences of disobedience, which is actually something I'm dealing with right now. But there's so much that's happened since my last video that I feel like I've lived a full life. I feel like every month I live a whole new life, a whole new experience that kind of starts to shape the next walk in my journey, if that makes sense. There's a lot of stuff that I get prompted to do on a daily basis, and I can't always I'm still working on my discernment. I'm still working on, trying to hear what voice is just me saying I want to do something versus this is what the Lord is prompting me to do. Sometimes it's very obvious. Sometimes it's not. And when it's not, or especially when it's like something that I really don't like that doesn't seem like something you would make. Why would you, that doesn't sound like you. So I kind of just don't do it. And then I realize, oh yeah, I probably should have listened to that in the time I should have listened to it. And then it kind of turns into like this whole thing where now I have to go back and I have to like relearn things. It's like every single week, day, month, minute, everything feels like it's, like the small choices that I'm making, realizing that a lot of the decisions that I've been making for the past year have been very safe decisions, have been decisions that if I mess up or something, like it won't really affect me. And I heard the Lord say, you're being crippled by indecision, and, you're playing safe where you know that you can afford to take more risks. And I'm like, I know I can afford to take more risks, but I don't want to take risks. I am pretty happy playing it safe. And He's like, no, that's not what I want you to do. So you got to do it. But then He kind of showed me like, it's about to be a lot. I'm going to put you through some stuff and you're probably not going to like it, but it's going to happen. So get ready. And I'm like, whoa, this is so much. How do I do this? Like but at the same time, I also trust God in this process. I know what He wants from my life. And I know that if I'm stuck in indecision, when I have to make the big choices, I'm going to have a problem. And where I'm going and what I'm getting ready to do is not an indecisive place to be. I have to know what I want to do, and I need to know that I have to stick with it. So it's kind of like, it's a lot, but I'm also kind of excited because I haven't done anything really like outrageous or out of the box in a really long time. So I'm interested to see how God moves me in this next season. And I just pray that I stay as close to Him as possible and also be obedient in the time that I have to be obedient, because that is so essential to the whole process. My prayer is that this video blesses somebody. It doesn't have to be like everybody. It doesn't have to be the whole world. It just needs to be, somebody who's on a similar journey and somebody who's just starting out. You don't know very much about what's going on, but you're trying to trust the process and you're trying to follow God. And I believe that is the basis of it. You start small. You start by just reaching out to God. And then eventually you get to those places where you're stronger. You can spend more time with God. When I first started, I would read a little chapter here or a little verse here in the morning. And now I'm actively choosing to spend longer periods of time with God. And not because I'm like on my knees and I'm praying and pray and pray. Sometimes I just sit and talk to God. Just talk. Like how I'm talking to the camera right now. Like I do that. And then I look down at my watch and it's like hours have passed or so much time has passed. And it doesn't feel like a weight. It doesn't feel like a burden. It just feels like I'm getting there. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. Thanks to God.